boys over at Woods Fun Center here in Austin. Kind of surprised me. We're gonna go test ride the new Kawasaki Z900RS. This thing is gorgeous. Pretty excited. That exhaust sounds great. So today, this warm 60-degree day in January we have here in Austin, a buddy of mine over at Woods Fun Center in Austin, Eric, surprised me with I came in for the recall repair on my Z900 2017 model. There's a recall on it. I was getting that done, and they prepped up a Z900RS for me to come test drive, and here we go. I am so excited about riding this dang bike. I've been really enjoying everything about it. I'm reading online, and I'm super stoked. I'm like a kid in a candy store right now. The retro look this bike has, the attention to detail, is just so much different than the regular 900. And right off the bat, oh my god, this bike is so smooth. Now, I love my Z900, but right off for daily driving, pulling out of that parking lot, this thing feels amazing. Jeez, it is smooth. Great power delivery down low. Holy moly. Even more smoother than the Z900. Another thing to note that I love about this bike is I sit a little bit more upright, comfortable seating position. But one thing that's different is the seat height is actually higher than the Z900. So I'm not able to really I'm short. I'm like 5'10", shorter legs, and so I got a good tiptoe on it. Not too high, but I can flat foot the Z900, but the RS is a little bit higher. Not too much, but just enough you can tell a difference. The seat is wider as well, but holy moly, it's comfortable. And I cannot get over that power coming out of that driveway over there. Jeez, I can't even talk right. And one thing that is, I was telling them I wish I had on my Z900 is my Z900, as a lot of you know, I've done a full exhaust setup on it. So I've done arrow headers. Oh my god, I've done arrow headers on the Z900. SE Project S1 slip-on is loud, is great, but Kawasaki, one thing they did with this bike is they tuned the exhaust to sound great from the factory. It's not just a quiet exhaust, they actually tuned it to have a particular sound. And you can definitely tell the exhaust is so much more robust and built for this bike rather than the Z900. It just has a low little roar to it. It sounds great. I sound like a complete fanboy of Kawasaki and the Z900RS. It is just ridiculously smooth, and the throttle response is amazing. And again, with the ergo, just the taller handlebars, a few other things like that, it is sitting, I feel so much taller and upright. everything feels good. Gentleman in front of me, he's on a Yamaha XSR, I think, 900, and those are nice bikes. I like the looks of them. I think this is definitely the kind of competition Kawasaki was hoping to bring, but just alone, the retro details on this bike, as well as the exhaust tune, has me sold on this thing. The SSR is super quiet. This one, you have that low rumble. Again, if I had that low rumble on the Z900 and good exhaust sound, I probably wouldn't have changed the exhaust so fast. Nah, I would have. That thing sounds like a demon. I love it. Man, this bike is awesome. Good feel, everything. I will say, I was kind of disappointed at first when they announced the 900RS for the US was the price hike. Non-ABS, I think, on the Z900 is like $8,400. This one is about $2,600 more than that. So you're in the $11K range. And I was like, why? And how are they coming up with that price difference? I will tell you, the details they put into this bike, of course, that's engineering, that's design, is going to raise the cost. But you definitely get the looks, but also the exhaust tuning, the that they did. But here, you electronics. You have KR. I think Kawasaki calls it KTRC. I don't remember. But anyways, Kawasaki's traction control is on this, and ABS. So you get a lot of a few electronic goodies that in the Z900 you do not get. As you guys know, or some of you may not know, the Z900 is just a raw bike. You can opt for the ABS model. I didn't. I got the standard, and it's great. It's I love it. I didn't buy it to have a lot of electronics on it, but this one, for a street bike and all-around bike, the comfort's great on here for longer trips if you want it. It makes sense to kind of put some of those electronic goodies on here. So I guess that's how they're coming up with the price difference, is the electronics, design, and some of those attention to detail things they added on this bike compared to the Z900. I love this thing. Holy moly. The suspension, of course, suspension's not dialed in probably for my weight. Depending on the time of year, my fitness regimen, I go between a lean 185 to a 190-ish, 190 build. But the suspension itself in this bike is a lot more road friendly. I'm kind of hitting some rough dips here on this road, and it feels great. I'm just kind of bobbing with the bike. The Z900, you can feel that bike hit things. It's kind of like a bit of a harder hit, a more sporty stance and suspension setup, and that makes sense for that bike, and how this one's set up to be a little bit softer totally makes sense. And this throttle is smooth, kind of like the retro dash, the dual gauges there. I got this in oh, there it is, the traction control, KTRC. I can never remember. Is in setting 1. I think there's 2 settings. 5th gear, your clock, your eco mode, standard stuff. Oh, we have 7 miles. I just put... I'm so excited. Down low. Wow. Hopefully you guys can't hear that clack, but I got a hoodie on underneath my leather, and the string keeps hitting the side of my helmet. It's driving me crazy. Hopefully it's not driving. You can't hear it through the camera. That exhaust sounds great. Of course, one thing I'm kind of surprised about, I don't know much about the brake setup on this bike compared to what they're running on the standard Z900, but the reservoir, you had a good reservoir on the standard 900 that's machined aluminum, it looks like, and the lines kind of flow with the bike really well. This one's just your standard reservoir, which is great. It gives you that retro look, but these brakes on this bike actually feel a little bit softer and not as effective, which already, or some complaint on the Z900, has a slight disadvantage against its competitors. It's nothing major, but if I rode this aggressively, I could do the standard 900. I'd have to look into the brakes a little bit more, I think. But for what I'm using it for right now, it is just fine. And you know, it could also all be the same, and it's just my lever is just adjusted to where I like it. But again, the low end power delivery on this thing is superb. I got rid of the giant mirrors on my Z900. I think I would maybe change these to round ones, something a little less up and out. Man, this bike feels great. Alright, let me just shut up for a while and ride. So as I mentioned, it's a bit taller, but the way the seat width is, lower tank is pretty comfortable. Able to get on the balls of my feet and toes here, and it's not too bad. It wouldn't be uncomfortable if I was riding it in traffic, which is good. Man, great bike. Another thing I've noticed on this RS compared to my Z900 is, although I haven't gotten it up in the RPM range due to breaking it in, it's a test model, is that there's not much vibration at all in the rear sets or the handlebars. Upper RPMs sits to 8K, I would maybe say. On the Z900, you'll get a little bit of vibration. Nothing crazy or annoying or causes problems, but you definitely get some vibration. This one, I have not noticed any vibration at all. So again, I guess that goes to the comfort of this style bike and letting you ride it longer without issues. I bet the lower end responsiveness of this engine and setup that you could pull off some wheelies pretty easily in this bike. Ducati dealership. And we're back, Aprilia. Alright everybody, just finished test driving the 2018 Kawasaki Z900RS on my 2017 Z900. So recall repair work done to it. This thing is gorgeous. Machined to look old school, like this air cooled. That chromed out exhaust complements this bike so much, and the sound on it is amazing. I actually like the wheels on this one better. Those twin spokes. There's the Z900RS. Still my Z900. So definitely two totally different styles, but same motor. This one I think they're running a different cam profile. The bottom end, mid-range is so smooth and strong, the RS.